That was crazy.
You know, my middle name is Justin, but it was supposed to be Justice. My mom changed it at the last second when they're. And how cool would it be if I was like, my middle name is Justice? Yeah, no, I said the guy Justice, which is cool too, I guess.
It's almost 5 o'clock-ish, and you're watching Chelsea and Tony live. This is our live show where we review your photos. So submit your photos right now. The theme is abstract and surrealism. Go stp.io/submit, and we'll review your photos and give you some suggestions on how to edit and all that kind of stuff.
We're also going to be talking about the new Canon and Nikon full-frame mirrorless cameras that we expect this year, and I'm going to give a quick summary of my experience thus far with the Fujifilm X-H1.
Oh.
This episode is brought to you by
Northrup.photo. That's us. And today we have a special sale on our Art and Science of Photography set, and it's 50% off coupon. So you can go to sdp.io/artscience and use the coupon code ArtScience50, and that will get you half off. There's the digital version that you can stream, and there's also a version where we put all of the video on.
It's on the other side of your monitor there.
We put all of the video on SD card, so when you're done loading them, you can just put it in your camera and use that.
A 64 gig SD card. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. And if you're asking for more advanced content, stuff that makes you think, then the Art and Science deal is perfect for that. It's stuff that's a little too intense for YouTube. You know, YouTube likes like clickbaity 5-minute stuff. This is like intensive studying of art, studying of the masters. And if you don't like it, we'll just give your money back. No problem.
And I just wanted to show some videos. Composition of the masters, iconic photos versus failed photos. So you can see like the iconic photo and then other photos that were in the series. Storage for photographers and a video on perspective. So we have artistic things, scientific things. That's why it's called the Art and Science of Photography.
You can communicate with us by writing a comment down below. And Chris Reddy out in Rochester, New York, can read us your questions and comments. Thanks for joining us, Chris. You can also use hashtag TCLive on Instagram and Twitter.
Talk to us.
How you doing over there, Justin?
I'm doing all right.
Are you
Just trying
okay?
to fix the Chris Reddy. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're good. We're good.
This week.
This week, one time only, surrealism and abstract.
I'm looking forward to this. It should get a little weird.
I think it would be good. Maybe it could be terrible.
Yeah, I hope.
afraid.
Yeah. sdp.io/submit. Send your pictures in now, and we will take a look at them in just a second. We're going to take a look at some news. Next week, we're reviewing your athletics photos. And what are your parameters for this? Like anything sports related, portraits,
I'm thinking like
baseball?
sports photography. But when I say athletics, it means it could be a portrait like in a gym. You know, you could have somebody's muscles spraying down. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So fitness, photography.
Athletics, all that type of stuff.
Awesome. That sounds fun. Every week you can vote on the picks. We'll give out picks to our favorite pictures, and then you can vote among them. And
Chris takes all of the picks and he puts them in a special place where you can vote on them, and the winner gets a prize.
And the winner from last week is
Govert Glasbergen. I liked this picture a lot.
yeah, for this really
The
thoughtful
theme was
photo.
love.
That is too cute. 2 little pairs of sneakers.
Oh, the theme was travel. Thank you, Chris. The theme before that was, oh, I don't even think that was love. You know what?
I think it was.
I've had a rough time. Let's all just move past.
Govert, you get a $20 gift certificate to our store, sdp.io/store. That's enough to buy a whole t-shirt or a couple of ebooks, probably.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about some photo news, and then we'll take a look at your pictures. First, I want to plug Ira Block's book. He's our personal friend. We're lucky to name him as a friend, but he's also a National Geographic photographer. He's the guy who took those cover pictures that you looked at when you were a kid. Like, he's this amazing photographer with this incredible history.
Or an adult.
And his book is for sale now, sdp.io/Ira's book. And if you search our channel, you can find a couple of like walk and talk style in-depth videos that we made with him.
He's talented, but he's also just so cool.
Yeah. And that book itself is really incredible. It covers the experience that Cuba has with baseball, which
Yeah.
is very casual, but extremely enthusiastic. Like, kids make baseballs out of just balls of duct tape, and they use sticks and stuff for bats. Like, they improvise, but they have a passion for it that really comes
A
through
lot
in
of
the
good
photos.
baseball players come out of Cuba.
Yeah. And it's like $19. It's a really good deal. There's been a lot of talk this week about Canon and Nikon full-frame mirrorless. Both companies have basically said that they're working on it, and the president of the imaging department for Sony even said that he expects to see them release full-frame mirrorless cameras this year. I mean, he doesn't know that, but he's somebody who professionally sizes up the competition, and that's his thought. And I would agree, because the day we picked up the Sony A9, which was April 2017, almost a year ago now, I was like, okay, mirrorless has arrived. This camera will not be ignored. They will take their business away.
This is so interesting for me, because I remember when we were reviewing some of the early Sonys, people would say, it's like a toy, pros don't use it. People were really trashing Sony. Our reviews have actually gotten more positive as they've really refined their products.
Yeah,
they've added
so much better.
Incredible features and the usability, and they've gotten a lot better. They just kept improving.
Yeah, for a long time I thought mirrorless focusing would never catch up. But bam, with the A9, it was suddenly better. Like when you can factor in things like eye detect autofocus and focusing points going out to the edge of the frame, like you switch back to an SLR and you're like, okay, this now seems primitive.
So mirrorless is in the game, and Canon and Nikon want a piece of it.
Yeah, and I think this photo is actually of a Leica. I think this comes from Canon Rumors, who covers this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the rumor was that Canon in their new mirrorless was going to have a better quality top LCD display. So I'm excited.
How do you feel about that? You've been asking for that for a long time.
I'm just glad that somebody's listening.
I remember when I asked for a thumbstick and started getting in cameras, and I was like, thank you. Just this stupid, simple feature.
Oh, yeah, the Sonys finally came out with a thumbstick. Like, yeah, we needed that. Oh, I wanted to give a quick summary of my experience so far with the Fujifilm X-H1. It's Fuji's top-of-the-line camera, $1,900. I love the stabilized sensor. It is a really large, goodbye book. It is a really large camera. Like in some ways it feels even bigger than like a Canon SLR that just revealed itself there. It doesn't quite have the same luxurious feel of the X-T2. It almost feels more like plasticky SLR-like. But I think they're trying to appeal to a large audience that's coming from SLR, so this will definitely feel comfortable in the hand. It has that top LCD, but it looks much nicer. Focusing is great. It just seems to like snap into focus. The focus points don't go quite to the edges of the frame like they do on the Sony competition. But the screen tilts out to the side and top and bottom.
Ooh, that's nice.
Which I like, because I do hold the camera at a lot of weird angles sometimes, and I love all the big analog dials for the like shutter speed. And I love the aperture ring on the lenses that have that. Shot sports with it. The buffer seemed really, really short, and generally I think I'd have a hard time recommending it to dedicated sports shooters. Like they're just better sports cameras out there.
Yeah.
But if you shoot a lot of different things and also shoot sports, it's totally okay with that. So
I'm excited to try it because I've been a big fan of some other Fuji cameras. So
yeah, it's just a great all-around camera. Let's import some pictures. Maybe
let's look at
talk
pictures.
to Chris or something while I do.
Chris, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, we've got we've got a couple here. What in your opinion, Chelsea, what do you think makes a strong abstract photo? That's from Alexandra Seppi.
I think when you're working with an abstract, then it's all about the composition and the contrast. So I tend to like diagonal lines. Thinking of photos I've taken of architecture, I generally just look to use pieces of a building to construct a shape of its own, where you might not recognize it's a building. So diagonals, and then of course, like I said, contrast, extreme black and white, if I'm doing black and white, or extreme color contrast. I think those things help, certainly.
Good question.
What else, Chris?
I've got another one here. Let's see. Do you believe that abstract photos hold their value when a large amount of the time they're no real meaning behind the shots?
Oh, there's no real meaning behind the shots. I don't know that that's true. I think they can be a great study in composition. If you look at a lot of abstract painters, there isn't no meaning. It's boiling down photography to its simplest parts. So if you're taking a picture of people, you still have to think about the same things. Abstract is boiling it down to its simplest parts and making a point. One photo that really comes to mind is that Gordon Parks picture of the nuns, where there's the one nun in the front, and then they're in a group, but he arranges them in a triangle. And if you were to boil that down to its simplest parts, you would have a black and white triangle. And that would be a simple composition. And abstract would be making that point that that shape is more important than people just being there. He could have just had them all jumbled all around and it wouldn't have really made a good shot. Abstract, any kind of art, is challenging the artist to find what truly makes art nice to look at and then boil it down to its simplest parts. So it's not meaningless. It's a study in art.
Yeah, really well said. I think if you're the guy who walks into the art museum and you see the modern art and you're like,
my kid could do that.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Then spend some time and study art, because at some point you will get it. It will click and it won't be a joke to you anymore.
You'll be like, oh, I've just not known things for a while.
Let's take a look at some pictures.
Pardon?
There's a different kind of value as opposed to product photography that has a certain intrinsic value to the person requesting it, or wedding photography or something like that. It has a different value to the audience that's actually requesting it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also like a vessel for emotions too.
Yeah, I think
this
so.
guy was depressed or he was happy or whatever. When
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Justin. There's definitely been times when I've taken abstract photos and there's a feeling in it for me. It could be gritty, or it could seem really clean, or it could seem just really beautiful in its own way. So, yeah.
I like abstract. What about the shot from Vrajesh? I definitely think it's a little bit surreal. Like the whole world is a little bit warpy.
Yeah, and just to go back to what we were talking about, I think the composition is still good. You have that one, this one circle here, and I think that's where your eye goes, and then all the rest swirls around it and kind of frames it. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's got a great balance to it too. Great eye.
Ooh, this is pretty surreal. It's very ghostly. You still have good compositional elements. Like, look at this line here, this triangle in the shot that leads right to this figure in the foreground. It's nice. Good colors, good composition. Very cool.
Great shot. Really interesting. Wow, this is definitely minimalist. That's really interesting. What do you think, Chelsea? I love the balance of it, like the shoulder line here. Like
This is her jaw.
Up
to the earring and the ear.
But yeah, it kind of took me a little while to study it. It's not a clear portrait, but
that's awesome.
Oh, you're cheating.
I like it. I think it's balanced. You have these two dark points, and they're on opposite ends of the picture here. It's interesting.
I'm giving Bruce a pick. Nice shot, Bruce.
Oh, wow. Very colorful.
Yeah, lots of geometry in here. It feels like a picture of somebody's art. Like, I don't know how much work the photographer has done to it.
Yeah, I think I might be seeing a little too much.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not working. Maybe my keyboard's broken.
Oh, maybe your batteries are dead. Oh, that worked.
Okay. I turned it off and on again. I learned that from the IT crowd.
People are going to love that.
This is
what is
pretty
going on?
Strange.
Oh, algae on aquarium glass. Yeah, that's really interesting.
It looks like it was taken with one of those extreme microscopes, and it's like cells or something.
Uh-huh. That's very cool.
It's interesting.
Nice shot, Payman.
The sand.
Yeah, I think these are interesting subjects. I think maybe you could even get a little closer just to simplify it some more, because I think even at this point, it's pretty clear what it is, and that takes you
out of it a little bit.
Out of it? Yeah, when it's truly abstract, your brain studies it a little bit, and your brain's like, well, what's going on? It forces you to think about it, and that's kind of a nice part of the process.
What the heck? Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want dead air, so hum.
Just
some broadcast advice.
That's what I learned from the pros.
Gorgeous shot, George. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm
concerned about you, George. Where are you? Are you in space? Can you breathe?
Do you guys know what it is?
No, you know what it is?
It's one of those plasma balls.
Oh, where you touch the glass?
I think so.
Justin, you're so smart.
Really cool.
I didn't even know those were called that. Spoon and olive oil.
Oh man, I really like this shot.
The
I do. I'm giving it a pick.
Really, the colors bother me, but then you can't see the olive oil.
Yeah, no, I'm all about the color. I like the use of. I was thinking about maybe I didn't like the yellow tone that the white had to it, but I love the like green and red. He's almost deconstructed in olive with a pimento. That's the way it feels to me. And I love the kind of old timey spoons and just the arrangement of it. I really like that shot, Christopher. Great job.
Red-headed photo freak. That's really cute. I don't know. Was this an actual picture that you did? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think they combined multiple things and kind of warped them together. That looks like an XT10 or XT20.
I think it's just the like a mirror of a pileated woodpecker, like the title says. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can see it now.
I'll
Yeah.
give you a pick for creativity.
Okay.
I'm not seeing abstract or surreal,
Fireworks
but
and
it's
flip-flops.
interesting.
This guy's living dangerously, but I appreciate that.
Oh, I recognize this from the Whitney.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that this picture itself is really abstract or surreal, but that the sculpture is a bit surreal. Oh, here we go. This is interesting because it looks like they took a sculpture and then made it look like a landscape, and that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was an interesting idea. I like that take on it. So they definitely got creative with the colors here. They kind of inverted some things. Makes it interesting. What do you think about that circle?
I think that makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Cool.
This is pretty neat. I'm going to cheat. Oh, he's at the bottom of the aquarium. You have a lot of yellow in there, so I'm just going to balance the color a little bit. It's a little bit surreal. It almost looks like it's floating in space instead of resting at the bottom of a tank. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Photoshop some stars in there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, layer a couple of pictures in.
Okay.
I think it could just something. It needs something to make it a little more
I'm nervous about it, but
surreal. I would go the
try it.
surreal direction.
Long Island Hillbilly. I remember you. You got crazy with the colors. Quite
That's
frankly, I don't know if I'm on a drug right now. You got creative, and I like that. You guys are really pushing your boundaries. This
Okay,
is
I like this a lot.
really surreal.
This is the kind of thing I was hoping to see. Things where I'm just like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that took me a minute, and of course, you combined things that I love,
Okay. Yeah.
nature and dogs.
Remember somebody got mad because just every dog picture got a pick, no matter even whether it was on theme or not.
Ooh, I like this abstract. I like the colors.
Yeah, I like that too.
This is neat. I like that. I'm gonna give you a pick.
Good job, Maku.
Maku Ataku.
Oh.
Oh, Steve, you took something very simple and then you made it into a great composition. I'm gonna give you a pick too. So will Chris.
Yeah, and can I say that's
Chris.
hard just to align everything so perfectly? Steve nailed it. He definitely spent like a good 30 seconds just getting the camera lined up. Nice job.
Some cool lights here.
Yeah, is that the Sitco sign from Boston?
I don't know. It's pretty abstract.
Looks like it. Oh, his name is Sitco sign Boston. Yeah.
Chad Cole. It looks like you have some mirroring going on here. And it's metal and riveting. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty ghostly. Whoa.
I'm scared.
You got spider webs,
Magic Mountain.
and buildings, a mountain that's flying away.
What is this? Dare I? Oh no. There's a
little
man
person in
here.
there.
Oh, there's a whole story in here.
I think this would work as a very large print
Very interesting.
because it's the kind of image that you could really explore if you made it like wall size.
Oh, I can't. What is this? I'm sorry. You did it
I know,
right.
I'm a
I'm
little
just
scared too.
I just feel things that I don't want to feel. Bridget. This is like,
It feels like a dinosaur eye.
it feels like a
right?
dinosaur eye, but it's a tree. So that's very cool. You did it. I feel like the colors. Wow. We have a creative group, don't we?
Yep.
Pinwheel. Our dog would like that. She likes to eat those. It's like a very beautiful, like this crab claw is going to get married or something. This is
A
this
little
crab.
engagement shoot.
Yeah.
It's a clips photo. I mean, it's got some flaring in there. Maybe that's like what's making it abstract. That's a very pretty picture of a flower.
Macro, yeah.
Okay, this is getting pretty
What
abstract.
do you see? I see the flying spaghetti monster. What do you see?
I don't know.
See right here his eyes and his noodly appendages. This is interesting.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love the arrangement of that row of structures, like 2/3 of the way up. I like this shot a lot. I do agree, a little deeper contrast on it. Great shot, Megan. I like that a lot.
Yeah, Megan.
Okay. I don't know that counts. It's cool fireworks, though.
Ooh, a close-up of a mic.
Yeah.
Very cool, Troy. I'll give you a pick.
Good shot, Troy.
Creative, on theme.
Hey, that one's pretty cool. I like that little bit of motion in it.
That's neat.
Makes it feel very watercolory. Good job.
Oh, this is like, it looks like they're embracing.
Yeah,
neat.
but there's like too much detail in it. You know what I mean? Between the wall and the tree.
Oh, here's some contrast and some basic lines and some texture.
Yeah, that's a really good eye. Just kind of finding shapes in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not nature, but in the world around you.
Ah, so we have a tutorial on how to do this.
Yeah, if you search abstract on our channel, you'll find it.
Very cool.
Motion while you're taking a picture, and it's a really
I'm gonna give this one a pick.
Makes you see the world in a little different way, and that's what I like about it. This is definitely bright and colorful.
This is surreal. Where
Maybe that's
are you? Christmas and indie. That's cool. Recycled toys. I don't know what that is. I'll give you that. I like the diagonal line.
Yeah, it's so bright we kind of lost some of the like interesting detail.
Can we bring it
Maybe
back?
It needs to be simplified a little bit.
Oh, there's detail in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is cool. I like this a lot. Yeah, I'm going to give it a pick. It almost feels like an eye to me. I found it really compelling. I like the bright color and even the weird kind of straight two lines in there. It feels like a catch line in an eye to me.
Yeah, I like it too. What am I looking at? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the simplicity of it in the line. I mean, maybe there's a little too much of the real world in it.
Oh, is it a bubble? And then it's turned on its
sideways.
side? Yeah. That's cool.
Cool shot, Ray.
I'm going to give you a pick.
Sorry we get so literal with every photo. We're almost trying to figure out what it is.
It's a cat.
This one I recognize, yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, man. That's very cool. Is that a cheese grater? Yeah, it's a grater. Oh, Chelsea cheating. They beat you to it.
I couldn't cheat.
Very cool shot. I like that one a lot.
It's a great grater.
Oh, boy. Chris with the puns,
His
man.
second pun of the night. The first one was off camera. Reflector. Whoa.
It feels like what my world has been like in this last week. We have a lot of snow.
Let's make it snowier colors. The cold never bothered me anyway. That's Justin's favorite song. I learned it to sing it to him. Okay, do we have any? Ooh.
Oh, man. Ethan Allen.
Oh, my gosh.
Crushing it every week. You
Did
get a
I
pick
mention
for that.
that's a furniture store?
That.
Give it a pick.
Get a pick, Ethan. That was awesome.
Chris, do we have any questions or comments from the people?
Yes, a few. Well, a couple people want to know, when are you coming back to Europe, Turkey, Asia? What are your future travel plans at this point?
Good question.
We don't know right now. We have something that's we have an announcement coming up, something that's going to be keeping us home for a couple of months. So we haven't been planning travel. What else, Chris?
Everyone thinks you're pregnant.
Another one
Not
is
pregnant.
Are there any types or themes of photography that you have not ventured into, and if so, why?
What haven't we tried?
Like outer space photography.
I'm afraid of outer space.
You're waiting for SpaceX, Tony?
Tony would do it.
I am biting at the chomp to get somebody to put me into space. Chomping at the bit? I think I completely blew
Champing at the bit.
Champing at the bit? That doesn't seem right.
Oh, well, the audience will check us. Is it chomping at the bit or champing at the bit?
But Bezos, Blue Origin, give me a call. I'm up there.
I just don't think you should go to space. I'd really miss you, and I'm not going. It's literally not made for me. It frightens me, the vastness of it all.
I can't think of any type of photography I haven't tried. I haven't done dental photography or like crime scene photography, I guess.
Oh, I haven't done crime scene forensic photography.
Yeah.
What about boudoir?
No, not really.
Yeah, I did boudoir.
Cool.
So to speak.
Yeah, I did. I put Eric in the bathtub, remember?
Oh, valid point. It was sexy.
It was shocking.
I haven't done enough macro.
Have you guys ever been to South Africa?
No, but we would like to.
Yeah, that was a request.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
I was just
general
sizing up price.
Consensus is chomping.
Wait,
General consensus is chomping.
did they
Oh,
actually
okay.
look it up? Guys, don't make me look
man.
stuff up.
Let's just say I'm right. We're gonna
Okay.
summarize it. Tony was right again.
I don't think he was, but okay. Okay.
You want to plug our art and science?
This episode is brought to
Photography
you
series.
by Northrup.photo. That's our website. And we have a special deal. Our art and science of photography SD card or online videos are going to be 50% off. So go to sdp.io/artscience and use the coupon code ARTSCIENCE50 and you can get it for half price. And that comes with, if you buy the physical version, it comes with this SD card. So you can unload your videos and then you can use it in your camera. It's 64 gigs. Class 10. Oh my
Jinx.
gosh. We put these together ourselves. Actually, our daughter helped us too.
Chit
Chit
chat.
chat.
What is that?
It's the part of the show where we read your comments and we share them, and sometimes we judge you, and sometimes we laugh, and sometimes we cry. It's really emotional. The Faustian man said, Chelsea is good at research. Drones are the GoPros of millennials. I lived in Hawaii. Surfers are some of the most lame people you can meet. Self-important head cases, kind of like DJs.
Man, the Faustian man taking out surfers and millennials and DJs all over the place. Only likes you.
He likes me. Surfers? No. Drones? Maybe not for him. He's got a lot of information.
I love the line drones are the GoPros of millennials.
It blew you away.
I was like, whoa,
You were like,
he's right.
Whoa. James said, to you, Tony, you're not very bright. Why in the world would you be using a shotgun mic from 20 feet away in the most echoing room you could possibly find? You must have been
I was demonstrating why you'd want to use a lav mic instead of a shotgun mic. That's why I was doing that, because this is an educational channel. And second, I just want to point out that James used the wrong form of the word your.
In the sentence, you're not very bright. How'd that make you feel?
Oh, delighted.
You felt
I
good?
was so excited. I was like, I am going to make so much fun of you, James.
I have to say,
You don't get to be a snob and use the wrong your.
I have to say, if I'm being critical and I'm writing it, I really check my spelling.
Yeah,
Like-
I am not a grammar snob. You know, I do not care about this stuff unless somebody's busting my balls, in which case I am full-on editor.
If you're being a monster online, you need Grammarly, because it spell checks and does your grammar, and then you need to look it over. You need to come
Chelsea's
back.
troll tips. Get Grammarly.
Indrasish says, wow, do you get paid to do this? I've never seen such subtly made negative video about a product. You say it all, but with a certain negativity that would turn away anybody. Good job. No, I don't know if that's sincere.
Thank you. We are professionals at being subtly negative.
I don't understand. I'm really confused.
Yeah, that was my minor, was subtle negativity.
Oh, in college?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you nailed it.
It doesn't come easy.
D. Tate says, I hate cats too. LOL. I do not hate cats.
But apparently you said something about cats that literally nobody here remembers because we did a podcast. And apparently based on the comments, I haven't even listened back to it, but you said something mean about cats.
I was just joking. And I didn't mean it. And now people think I hate cats. I don't hate cats. I have a cat. It lives with my mom. And I love her.
Yeah,
Hey,
literally
Mitzi.
the fact that
Shout
we
out
don't
to
remember
Mitzi
it.
if you're watching.
Mitzi's not watching. We have an absurdist sense of humor. Like collectively, we often say absurd things, and we also talk on mic a lot, just without teleprompters. We just freely talk, and so sometimes we say random things, and then when somebody transcribed it, and I went back and I read it, and I was like, oh my God, that's a horrible thing to say, Chelsea.
You were like, Chelsea, did you say that on camera? And I was like, probably.
And literally nobody knew.
That was our podcast, whether or not you should take free pictures for family and friends.
Okay, this is a story from Cole Freshow, I'm guessing.
Freshow!
And a 16-year-old photographer from New Orleans, and they got stunning digital photography and joined our Facebook group and shared this picture. And I remember seeing it in the group, and they got all this positive feedback about it. They felt good about it. Then they submitted the photo to National Geographic contest, and they got the grand prize for the National Geographic Student Photography Contest.
It's all because of the Stunner group. He said, thank you. Beautiful. I think you had something to do with it, my friend.
Gorgeous photo, right? Yeah, he did a little bit, like taking the picture and being there and being near alligators and stuff, and fantastic shot. We're so proud of you. I just love to see the progression that people go through from first learning to actually making an image, and just what a great success story.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Congratulations.
A long and successful career.
I love that about our Stunner group, is that we've seen people go from just starting and asking all these questions to getting magazine covers and shooting weddings and just being a pro. That's so rewarding. Y'all are awesome. Let's look at more pictures.
Yeah, I want to skip through pictures and try to find the best ones, and then we can go back and do a re-import before it gets too late. So let's really find stuff that... Oh, that one's pretty cool.
I mean, it's cool.
I like the quality to the air. Reflection.
Oh, moon.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, Matthew. Swingy thing, single exposure.
Oh.
I like it.
You get a pick. That is a cool concept.
That's cool.
Swingy thing.
Swingy thing. Ooh,
whoa.
Straws with a light. Oh, straws over the phone flashlight. Wow, you really got creative.
Okay.
Look at the shapes.
You get a
the
picture.
contrast.
I love that you kind of built that little set.
Wow. Okay, this is
There is a lot for me to
The
take in here.
Future by Stewart. How did that car get up there, Stewart? There's a plane. I don't know, but I like it, Stewart. You blew my mind. Ooh, she's floating.
Dang.
That's creepy. Let's get into black and white.
What's the story with the black balloon?
That's how she's floating, Tony.
Oh.
You can go into Photoshop and use the color channels and use that to selectively enhance the colors.
Cool shot.
I think it's cool.
That person has some pretty fancy penmanship.
Did they really write that, or are they joking me?
I don't know. Seems
We
off
can't
topic.
trust them.
We should probably keep moving.
Oh,
Whoa. I would order this cocktail. Always garnish.
That's a bird I could hang out with.
That is a festive cocktail.
Wow, Russell.
Nice job. Actually, great Photoshop. That looks pretty realistic.
I'm not even going to bring up the shadows because I'm not feeling like a savage today. I'm definitely not bringing up the shadows on that. Very cool. Ooh, this is interesting and frightens me.
Yeah, this is like a Game of Thrones scene. That is very cool.
Dang, you guys. It's so scary. Oh no. Let's just keep moving. Cindy, you frightened me.
Makes me think of the Twilight Zone movie.
Oh, with the boy that he can seal people's lips with his mind.
Yeah, I saw that as a kid, and it's still.
I've never been the same.
Well,
I like that. Oh my gosh. Pick, sorry. Chickens in space. You got me. You got me.
I don't know. That moon looks fake.
No, it's real.
It's fake.
Lisa, you won.
Couldn't be at that angle.
I don't know what the votes will say, but you won my heart.
I saw a picture of a car in space,
Whoa.
but that was fake.
Stop. Wait.
Yeah, clearly, because the Earth
Go
looked
back.
round in the photo.
This is amazing.
This is a
Look
nice
at these
shot there.
lines. I love the diagonal that it's on. You have contrast, the repetition. I give you a pick. Love that. Ooh, very cool.
That one's cool too.
Y'all are creative. Wow.
Dang, that is the most
Oh.
majestic photo of a dog I've ever seen.
Whoa, very cool. Ooh, pick. I love that. I love the colors. What's in the middle? The whole universe? We'll never know. We'll never know. Okay. Where's this? Oh, you didn't care. You didn't care at all.
It didn't seem abstract or surreal unless I was missing
That's true.
something. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
This
I
is
like that
surreal.
one for the tie.
You
Great
good
shot.
try? Okay.
Yeah. That's that one little extra thing that they planned in.
Oh, I like this. They used a toy to get these big shells. Very creative. Wow, you guys.
That's really cool. I like that shot a lot. The angle and okay, I'm gonna do an import. While
Chris, do you
talk,
have any
Chris.
questions from the people at home? I can't hear you, but I see you and you look real nice.
Sorry, Mike muted. We were talking about Canon and Nikon mirrorless earlier, and the question has come up: is there a technical reason why Canon and Nikon can't keep their current EFS and Nikon F mounts if they go to mirrorless, or do they have to come up with a new mount?
There is, they could technically use that, but mirrorless systems tend to have focusing systems that combine both phase detect and contrast detect systems. And they use each system for different things. Like eye detect will use phase detect to get it roughly in place, and then contrast detect to really nail the focus on the eyelashes or the iris or whatever. And those two systems kind of require different lens designs. So phase detect systems they can zero in like, oh, I need to focus out at 250 feet. And then the camera tells the lens, go to 250 feet. And the motors move in one long burst, and then it nails it. Contrast detect systems kind of need to move the motors and resample it. So they need to move, instead of moving like once a really long ways, they need to move like little bits here and there.
Yeah.
So the difference in lens design between phase detect and contrast detect differs. And so the existing phase detect lenses, they could work, but they will not be ideal for use on mirrorless cameras. So also there's the difference of the flange distance where SLR lenses, they're designed to stand out from the sensor by 3/4 of an inch or whatever the diagonal of the mirror is. So they don't need that. So you can do some more optimal designs by placing elements closer to the sensor.
That's an interesting question because that means that their advantage of having great glass would then kind of go away.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely going to be relying on adapters, just like you can adapt lenses to the Canon EOS M system. So lots of people are going to be doing that. They're going to market that heavily. You can use all your existing lenses, but they're never going to be optimal. In a way, they are kind of starting from scratch, and our experience using adapted lenses is less than optimal. Like native lenses tends
Hit
to
or
always
miss,
work
really, yeah.
better, especially with new features like things like eye detect that you'll really want to take advantage of. So we'll have to see. But I think they're way behind, Canon and Nikon. I think they're way behind. Like neither one has a good eye detect focusing system now. Even Canon with their awesome phase detect
They have
autofocus,
good focusing, but yeah, the eye detect.
they don't have it. They have phase detect.
Yeah.
Same with Nikon. And they have basically no good lenses for mirrorless systems now. What are you gonna say, Chris?
Here's an interesting speculation. What if Canon and Nikon got together and came up with a universal lens mount for mirrorless?
I don't think that would ever happen.
No.
I would love that. We
Me
kind of saw
neither.
that with Micro Four Thirds. Like they made an open source system that Panasonic, Olympus, Kodak, and DJI use, but I don't think we'll ever see that reincarnated in a Canon and Nikon partnership. It would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
I will dream about it.
All right, let's look at Lionel's photo. Really interesting shapes. I have no idea what this is. Oh, a water drop. That's very cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like the balance of it.
Whoa. Very neat.
Yeah,
arms.
very first person view.
Ooh, I'm going to give this one a pick. That's so cool. Is it a picture of real life or I have no idea.
I liked it.
Beautiful
use of colors. Oh, I love this. Great way to kind of sample the architecture. The use of the shadow as a line was really nice.
Oh, this is very neat too.
Good use of color. Oh, that's kind of a... I'm going to give that one a pick. It's a picture of fireworks, but I love the way they kind of isolated it and made it look like a flower.
Yeah, it does look like a flower. I would even maybe play with the color just to play with that idea some more. Ooh, very spooky, Chad.
What are you doing down there, Chad? Do you need help?
Fearing for you, Chad.
Are there fingernails embedded in the walls of the well? I like that picture with the guy. I don't know if it qualifies for the theme.
Yeah, I like
the
it too,
way it's posed.
We have it. Oh my gosh. You guys are so ridiculous and I love it.
He's got his dog.
Wasn't that an episode?
What's Mr. Bean up to? Did the whole Me Too thing catch him?
No. How could you say that? You take that back right now.
He seems like kind of a creep. I just assume.
He's not a creep. Stop it. Don't ruin my childhood dreams. You're so awful. Okay. Whoa.
That really freaked me out.
That.
Dang, although you blew my mind. Okay, you know what? You get a pick.
That's
I like
surreal.
this idea of changing the proportions of random animals. That was clever and creative. Oh, beautiful colors.
Ooh.
Dang, I like that one a lot too. Eye and goalpost. All right, you get a pick. That's really creative.
Ooh, pick. Good shapes. I like the leading lines that go right to the center.
Yeah, powerful shot. I'm getting a little weird zoom here. Let's make sure we didn't.
I like the plants up there.
Oh, really? I was going to say that's what takes me out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it makes it too realistic. There is no right answer. That just goes to show.
Ooh, is that frost? Very neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
trippy.
all right. That's pretty cool. Nice shot, Chris.
Bad news snaps. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna give you a pick. It's
Yeah.
colorful, got good movement to it.
That's really beautiful.
Y'all got very creative. I think that you found some simple compositions. This is really pretty too.
Chelsea, we've gone through almost all the pictures and it's only 46 after. So, I mean, we can always end
We
early.
can end early. That's not a big deal. A lot of great pictures. We can answer a few more questions.
Yeah, good point.
Wow.
That is a very cool shot. I think this shot actually deserves some pondering, all right? Like, they've decided to, this is a full-grown adult, and they've decided to spend some time doing something playful and childlike, despite the fact that there seems to be this huge storm coming. And sometimes, it's fun to kind of interpret art. I'm going to give it a pick. You definitely made me think about it. I don't know what your story is. I don't know what you envisioned, but
Going for the world record in bubble blowing in a tornado.
Oh, yeah.
that could be. But
It
what's
feels a
their
little
motivation?
spot
That's-
colory to me.
Oh, is that why you went back? So maybe a little, but I think it's not spot color. But you're right. I think this little patch down here feels a little unnatural and maybe doesn't support the overall theme. But if you were just to clean up the color there, I like it a lot. I think it's a really thoughtful picture. This
I
is
like
gorgeous
this
too,
one.
right?
Yeah.
And you got that one window that's kind of tilted up there in the upper left corner. I think it's a great shot.
I'm just going to make sure you have whites and blacks in there.
Good job, Victor.
And then you can see it's just a little crisper. And I'm going to
Yeah.
give you a pick. I love the color contrast. The blue and the white is beautiful. And then I love the shapes too. That's very cool. Really abstract. Wow. We had all different types of photos today, huh?
I think you. Oh no, you didn't.
Ooh, is this bones?
I don't know.
I like that
That's
one a
cool.
lot.
I like that one a lot. Yeah, good shot.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful use of symmetry. Might be
Mhm.
reflected, but I think it's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Whoa. Oh man, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, this is really beautiful. Pick.
Yeah, nice job.
Hard to give feedback on these, gotta say. I like this. I like the simplicity of this and the contrast. Um, reflecting a flower, that's really interesting. I like that everyone was thinking out of the box. I feel like you all tried something different and maybe learned something, so that's very cool. Chris, do you have any questions or comments for us? I can't hear you.
Several requests for videos, doing a video on color theory or color space, managing your color space in across the whole gamut of from your camera to post processing and printing.
That's a good idea.
Technical, but I know, yeah.
That is a really common
And then,
question that I get. Yeah, I need to put that one on the list. Just dealing with color. Good question.
What else do you have there?
And there was a lot of discussion about the mirrorless cameras, but it's been decided it is champing at the bit. Sorry, Tony.
It's champing at the
Oh,
bit.
the tide's turned on me.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to thank you for being here to see me be really right. So I want to thank my mom for always teaching me to fact check.
You know what? They're just Chelsea shills. Clearly, Chelsea gave them something. I don't know what it is, but there's no other explanation for this. I know me being wrong is not a possibility. It's clear you paid them or something.
They agreed with you that it sounded right, but if you look it up, it's just facts. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Shillmaster.
What else do you have, Chris? He's not handling losing very well.
There's also a lot of discussion about whether there ever could be a universal mount for mirrorless and, you know, a USB sort of universal lens mount, but everybody's agreed it'll just never happen.
Yeah, because they make more profit if they can lock you into their system, and it sure would be nice. I don't know why not.
Yeah.
I mean, Micro Four Thirds works pretty well, but even there, we see the companies trying to get, you know, you buy an Olympus camera, they tell you that the Olympus lenses work better, and because they don't do like cross testing and development and stuff with other people's lenses, so everybody's trying to get you locked into their systems.
Makes sense.
Financially, not great for the
There's
consumer,
a question, Tony, about do you recommend the Fuji HX1 for photojournalism? Would it work? Would good for that?
It would work.
Yeah. I mean, it could work. I think about photojournalists, and usually, you know, the journalist is assigned a camera by the newspaper, and often they have like very specific requirements for what it is. Usually they're very budget conscious. You see a lot of photojournalists out there with just like a Canon T3 or some like basic DSLR but yeah, I think it would do great. I don't know that it's going to be the most popular camera in photojournalism, but I can't off the top of my head think of any reason it wouldn't do that, except that, you know, it is pretty expensive for a photojournalist camera.
Yeah. I know back in the early 2000s, Kodak supplied all of what is that? One of the newspaper things with Canon and Nikon digital bodies with Kodak brand sensors in them.
Yeah.
To try and kick off professional photojournalism, and I mean they were $6,000 and $8,000 cameras at that point. They were 4 or 5 megapixel.
Yeah, if you can
Sounds
improve the
good.
workflow a little bit for a big newspaper or something, then yeah, you can definitely sell them anything. I don't know that the Fuji provides that kind of advantage. You worked for Kodak for a long time, right, Chris?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
your
12
position
years.
at how long?
Well, I was actually I was in the group that designed all the Kodak professional and consumer cameras.
No kidding.
And I was supporting him as an IT person, and I got to put my hands on a lot of cameras that never made it to market, including one that was a camera with a cell phone built into it, that you get a data plan and you just automatically take a picture and it starts uploading to your account.
Are you serious? You know
I'm
that I've been
serious.
asking for that for the longest time, and everybody always tells me it's impossible.
When I heard you say that at one point, I can picture a stack of 35 of them that we used to test that were, I think, 5-megapixel cameras with a cell phone chip in it, and you just take pictures and they're just on your account.
What happened
but
to
it never
that?
went anywhere because they couldn't commercialize it.
Oh, but photojournalists would love that if they could take a picture and their editor just instantly had the shot.
And this was in 2004, 2005.
Oh. Yeah, but they also came up with the first digital camera.
Now,
Kodak likes to sit on really sweet technology and not do anything.
Yeah, what happened to Kodak? Seriously, now they're making cryptocurrency junk. Like, what happened?
Well, you know, I mean, look at OLED. That's a Kodak invention.
Dang.
They developed OLEDs, and I remember seeing a demonstration of an OLED that was 1/4 of an inch on the side that was 1080p.
Wow.
And this was in 2005, but they could not commercialize it. And after about 5 years of failures, they just sold the whole thing to Samsung. But Kodak developed OLED technology.
Wow.
What is going on at Kodak?
Yeah, but who's heard of this company, Samsung, nowadays?
Yeah, really.
Dang.
Yeah, genuinely, like, what happened? Chris has been telling us we need to do a history of Kodak, and we kind of touched on it some because they did film, but maybe we do really have to if they had all these, like, major innovations, and then, like, what happened?
Well, Kodak was in a position where that only one other company in the world was in, and that's Fuji. Their bread and butter, what they were known for, was film manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody says, well, Kodak should have transitioned to digital sooner, but they couldn't. Every step they took towards digital and to promote digital just ripped the heart out of film sales.
Yeah, they would have been cannibalizing the profit of their main product.
So they had to walk on the fence between film and digital like no other company did. Canon didn't have to, Olympus didn't have to, Nikon didn't have to. Fuji was the only other company that was invested in both, and they were kind of in the same boat. So I don't really blame Kodak. I remember them trying to figure out, how do we do this without killing ourselves? And they did the best they could, but ultimately they were in a bad position because they're supporting, I mean, their bread and butter and what they're known for is film.
Yeah, and just because, like, the Kodak name didn't end up, like, it went down in popularity doesn't mean, like, everybody involved might have switched over to different ventures. Like, it
couldn't they have just made a different
wasn't
name
necessarily a failure
for the digital camera and made a new brand, but had Kodak, like, actually behind it? And then I don't know.
Obviously, that would have been smart in hindsight, right?
I don't know what's smart.
It's weird when some company is financially motivated to slow the progress of technology.
Has that ever worked out?
Who knows? I mean, you could get into, like, oil companies and the very, very slow transition we've seen to electric vehicles, for example.
Alternative sources of energy, yeah.
Yeah, and then in that case, they might have made billions of dollars if they've been able to slow the transition by a year or two, that kind of thing.
Okay.
We did get a few more pictures. We could take a quick look at them before we wrap up.
Wow, I'm already seeing something interesting.
Whoa.
Okay, so the idea, you're blowing my mind. The photoshopping is not quite there, but you have an awesome idea, Ken. I want to eat it.
Yeah, to work on the Photoshop.
Whoa, that's cool.
Nice, Kyle.
Kyle Medina, good job.
I like that shot too.
Ooh.
Great shot.
Very organic. Ooh, that's neat.
Oh, great shot, Kyle.
Oh.
Wow.
I saw that, yeah. I was there when that happened.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you get a pick. This was a huge moment. Like, this is a dash cam shot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Really good. Ooh, I like those crystals. Give you a pick, David. A lot of long exposures. Ooh, very futuristic.
Oh, that's beautiful. Like a storytell shot. Storytell? Fairy tale. What's wrong with my brain today?
I don't know. I get tired and I say very strange things too. Whoa.
Oh man.
I'm scared.
Is
this a statue?
Is that real? It sure looks.
Either way, it's very surreal.
Yeah, awesome shot.
I'm gonna give that a pick. That's very surreal.
Yeah, I wanted to give that one a pick.
No, I did.
You got a from Chelsea, so congrats. It's more highly regarded than a pick. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Very surreal. We got a lot of great ones. Okay, that's it. So thank you all for watching. Next week, we're going to be doing athletic photos, athletic, like sports theme, I guess you could call it. If you liked this show, definitely subscribe to our channel. That helps us out a lot, and you'll be notified the next time we have a live show. Also, consider getting our Art and Science of Photography series. It's 50% off with the coupon code ArtScience50. Go to the link sdp.io/artscience. Chris, thanks for joining us.
And you know what? It's free if you hate it.
No,
My
they don't get to
pleasure.
And you don't like it, we'll give you your money
They don't
back.
get to keep the SD card.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, there's also an online version that you can get if you don't feel like dealing with
They're not
physical
gonna
media.
hate
You can
it.
just
It has
stream it, but it
good
has 10
reviews.
hours of video. It's more intensive. It's more advanced. It's more artistic. It's more deeply technical.
Stop telling people it's free. It's not. Okay. Join us next week.
Chelsea, what is the one thing that you think people should take away from the lessons that we've had in abstract and surreal photography
Think
today?
outside the box. Even if it's a rainy day, focus on composition and contrast or colors and light, and you could get an abstract or surreal picture of almost anything. So thanks for watching.
Bye. See that? We're crushing endings now.
That is all.